Last week, Avery asked if you think the city's spending too much on furniture for Citizens Tower, some $3 million in all, and 86% of you said, find a good sale, for crying out loud. And as always, we thank you for sharing. About a dozen or so people checked their calendars, saw that the House was in recess, and decided to protest the Trump administration's immigration policies in front of Lubbock Congressman Jody Arrington's office on Thursday. It was the second time they've tried to make sure he heard it, and the second time he apparently wasn't there. But he did hear what the protesters had to say about the separation of families at the border from our Emily Harrison.
Don't separate. Don't hate. Don't separate.
Chose this day because we knew he would be here, and we haven't gotten any acknowledgement of any kind.
I said, don't let them brush you off, and if they do, then when it's time to vote, remember that.
A dozen protesters pleading for an end to border separations.
We are treating kids, little innocent children. We're treating them worse than animals.
Prayed today that if I was given the opportunity, that God would give me the words to say that could touch somebody, to stand up and say, this isn't right.
And they're doing just that right outside of Congressman Jody Arrington's office, where he has returned after being in Washington, D.C. for a few weeks.
I think that that we're not dealing with this in a way that's using a little West Texas common sense. And I also don't think it's a compassionate position for us to be in as a nation to not secure the border and stop illegal immigration.
Although Arrington was not at the protest, he says he had no idea it was going to happen. And while he understands some of their frustrations, says Texas needs to be strong on border security.
Nobody wants to separate children from their parents. Nobody wants that. But the fact is, if you break the law and you're incarcerated or detained waiting for your hearing in this country, you are separated from your children.
It's despicable. I mean, there's kids going without eating, sleeping on the floor, crying every night, wondering where mom and dad are. We need to reunite these families. We need to have them together. This is all about the kids.
That's Emily Harrison reporting. Stick around. We're coming right back with a look at the week ahead.